Easy Europe, hier aus dem Zenit in München. Wir kommen zu unserem zweiten Halbfinale. Hier kommen unsere Spieler. Wir begrüßen zurück aus Bradford, England, die aktuelle Nummer 12 der Welt. Ein Premier League-Finalist und der frühere Masters Champion. Hier kommt Rockstar Joe Cullen. Sein Gegner kommt aus Stockport, England, die aktuelle Nummer 9 der Welt. Ein World Grand Prix und Premier League Finalist und der frühere UK Open Champion. Willkommen zurück, The Asp, Nathan Aspinal.
Here we go with semi-final number 2 here in Munich. If it's anywhere near as good as the first one, we're in for a treat. And please do not leave us here, as we will crown a new German darts Grand Prix champion. We have had some thrilling times here over the years, but Aspinal is not thinking about the final. He's just desperate to get through a semi-final. 5 attempts in the past. He's come up short every time. But I'm sitting alongside Dan Dawson, who has seen more European Tour matches than pretty much anybody. Joe Cullen has got this amazing record of when he wins a semi-final, he wins the tournament.
Yeah, he's flawless in finals on the European Tour, is Joe Cullen. He's managed to get to a final 3 times, and he's gone on taking the title. And twice it's been against MVG. Well, we know Michael van Gerwen doesn't await in the final. But it is the world number 1 and world champion Michael Smith, who's ridden his luck a bit this weekend, hasn't he? Survived match darts in 2 separate games. Now, he's produced some amazing stuff as well, but maybe his name's on the pot.
You know, I'm a big fan of patterns that occur in people's careers, and it's almost our job to find those patterns when they're a little bit obscure. But this is a good start from Nathan, because his start against Gilding in the quarterfinals was not good.
No.
He did ride his luck a little bit in that one. But the pattern for Joe, apart from the fact that when he wins a semi-final,
57,
he goes on to win the whole thing. Every single time he's won a semi-final, it's against an English player. And it's the case again here.
Yeah, well, you've got Joe Cullen, who's very experienced in getting through these particular games, and Nathan Aspinal, who's never done it. This is his 6th time in a Eurotour semi-final. But it's an encouraging start from the Asp, and he does have a winning record against Joe, including a big win this year at the UK Open, where he smashed him up 10-2 in the last 16. It's going to be a nice friendly evening, this. These 3, Aspinal, Cullen, Michael Smith, they're all good mates.
And they're all going to be on the same flight tomorrow.
Ah, right, there we go. Which one's going home with £30,000 in ranking money and the trophy?
Well, 2 of them are going to have trophies. One of them's not. And one of them is going to be very disappointed with the runners-up trophy.
36.
Only one of them can walk away with the lot. Oh, that was close.
61, yeah.
Is it just me, or has Joe got new points in his darts this week? They look like it's a bit more aggressive at the top of the point, and it's smooth at the bottom. That looks like a minor change to me. It might just be my eyes. And that one's in, though.
He had to have a second look there, Nathan. But it is an early break of throw for the Asp. 14 darter to do the job.
Yeah, Cullen has won a couple of times in Germany, Mannheim, and he also won in Riesa. He broke the streak of Getter and Price in Riesa, winning the International Darts Open. And he won in Hungary last year as well at the Box Sportschenok, which was a wonderful tournament.
Yeah, just to clarify, it was the European Darts match play in Mannheim that Joe Cullen won. Now, Mannheim is one of those venues. It did host this tournament the first time we had it. It's since moved to Munich. It's been here for the last few years. So it's not this particular Eurotour that Joe Cullen has won, but he has won in a venue that has hosted this one.
Yeah, he did so with a beautiful 88 checkout at the end as well. No faffing around with a match cluster of match shots. He got 88, he took 88, and like you mentioned, he beat Michael van Gerwen.
Well, we've mentioned Michael van Gerwen's mantra, doing the right things at the right time, taking out, you know, an important shot when it really matters. Whoever wins the title this weekend, they can point to one major visit, in some cases 2 major visits, where they've needed a ton plus checkout and they've got it, that has potentially saved their skin, won them a match, and then they've gone on to take the title. It's going to happen to one of these 3 tonight. I'll go through them in a minute because they've been mind-blowing, and we might get some more this evening. Double 8 again.
54.
Not found.
155.
Big ask for Cullen. Too big an ask. And in this tournament, he hasn't got a ton plus finish yet. Aspinal's got 3. 2 of them are very big indeed. Oh, look at that tattoo. I think he might be a Michael van Gerwen fan.
I'm not sure the tattooist is. It wasn't the most flattering depiction. Double 4. He's there. 2-0 to the Asp.
Now, you talk about ton plus checkouts, Dan. You make a fantastic point. But into that argument, I'd like to throw Joe Cullen's 98 against Ross Smith.
Well, that's the example I was going to use for Joe. Not a ton plus checkout, but a vital one that he needed to win the game against Ross Smith. A game that he had been leading, but been bullied all the way through. 5 perfect darts to start the leg as Joe Cullen looks to kick-start his semi-final.
Sometimes all he can do is laugh at a dart. That 6th dart of the leg just made him grin as if to say, that was terrible. Isn't going to matter. Because he's miles in front.
He is for now. It's going to take 2 trebles and some good use of the board here from Nathan. Yeah, well, all 3 in the treble 18 will do it.
117.
First ton plus checkout of the weekend?
97.
No. And if Aspinal takes this out, this will be some 6-dart grab. Would have been his second 146 of the tournament.
48. Do you require 20?
That last dart hasn't helped Nathan, really. But Cullen tidies up the leg anyway. It's a very, very impressive leg of darts from Joe Cullen, completed in 13 darts to get his first leg on the board. Yeah, the 98 checkout from Cullen to win. Michael Smith's had a couple to save his skin. 1 against Damon Heta in that last game there, and a 116 against Adam Warner. And Joe Cullen, Nathan Aspinal, against Jim Williams had a 120 and a 150 that proved to be so important. But now it's Nathan's turn. Goes 4 darts into the 9.
100.
This is like a modern day classic, isn't it, this fixture?
100.
This is what people pay for. This is what they think they might get when they're purchasing their ticket for
95.
this venue here in Munich. They hope that they're going to get a classic between these 2 heavyweight players. They're not disappointing
100.
in every department.
Nathan Urigo
180 number 2 for Cullen leaves him on a potential 11 darter. Aspinal can shut the door with a 12 darter of his own. On the bullseye.
101. Jay require 81.
Single 12, turns it into 3, and then turns his leg count into 2. Really well done. There's been so much respect between all of the players here this weekend. They've all had a real ball, but only one can prevail. Very, very quiet
42.
up in that practice room this evening. When he completed his quarter-final, Aspinal looked really exhausted, but he must have
43.
taken some deep breaths, hydrated, because he looks better in this game than he did in the previous one.
Well, both Joe and Nathan, after their quarter-final games, were pretty scathing about their own performances. They were not happy with how they played. They didn't think their opponents had played pretty well either.
58.
And all it was the win. It's given them an opportunity to play better. In this semi-final, they both are playing better.
434.
There's some big bucks on the line as well towards the end of this tournament. The final itself is an £18,000 match.
96.
It used to be a £15,000 match up until the end of last year, but things have changed a bit.
42.
It's a big chunk of ranking cash for one game, but you've got to get there first.
Cullen may employ the bullseye here. I'll hope he doesn't have to. He shouldn't do now.
There was an argument for bullseye with the last dart,
Yeah,
in fact.
Certainly was, but when he got a marker dart, took the gamble, paid off, leaves him a 2-darter.
140.
Nathan is breathing down his neck, but this for the lead, having been 2-0 down. Magnificent stuff from Joe Cullen.
Do
Do you know what, Dan? At times this weekend, he's thrown a couple of wafty darts where they come out of the hand just a bit light. But those 2 darts there, and some that he's thrown in this semi-final, they've gone in with real purpose. This is the Joe Cullen that was playing unbelievably at the start of 2022, winning pretty much 3 tournaments in a couple of weeks.
And you know what, he started this year on the Pro Tour well,
123.
but it dissipated pretty quickly. And he hasn't been picking up the number of wins that he's kind of got used to over the last few years. But this is a real return to winning ways for Joe Cullen this weekend. He's in with a chance of capping it off with a title, a 4th Eurotour title, joining a very exclusive club of players to win that many. Only 7 players have managed to get to 4 or more.
43. Nathan Urigo 155.
He's definitely an elite European Tour player from the last 5 years, that's for sure. We had a lovely snapshot there of Aspinall's side on, and you see that back leg coming up and a little jump with the right toes as well. It's just part of his throw.
Yeah, neither of them what you'd call classic technicians. They've got quite idiosyncratic throws. Cullen has that dart quite a long way outside of his eye line. Throws it sort of from the shoulder.
Yeah, the collarbone sort of throw. It's not using the eye line, whereas Nathan is straight under the right eye. And he's straight in for a tied game. I get the feeling that this one's going to be just like the previous semi-final.
There's every chance, isn't there?
I'll tell you who's going to win this tournament, Dan. Somebody dressed in red and black.
Right, I mean, that is true, unless they have a change of outfit.
Well, it was the case for all of the semi-finals. They're all wearing red and black. Something about that colour combination right now that just yields success.
To be fair, Damon Heta was wearing a Wizard's hat earlier.
Yeah, it didn't really go. It was grey. If it was red and black, it would have looked much better, but beggars can't be choosers.
5 180s in total in this game now. We're only in the 7th leg.
65.
Using the bullseye to leave a finish that will not require one.
Right now, Nathan's going to be thinking, I'm in this fight. I've got a really good chance in this contest, but I'm going to have to continue to play well. You mentioned, Dan, that maybe something like this would have to be taken.
It could be taken. Double top.
170.
That's one of those shots. You don't know whether it's in
56.
because you can't see the point. You're just waiting for the referee's call. Double 9. Cullen misses. And Aspinal will feel very fortunate to be coming back.
Well, he missed high for the tops, which is a good thing for Nathan Aspinal now, because it means he can attack these doubles, and he attacks the double 10 and gets it to break a throw. The Asp goes back into the lead. 2-0 up, 3-2 down, now 4-3 up.
That was a key double for him in the quarters as well against Gilding, because he was hitting the bottom half of it. 4-3 up with a break. He's now the favourite. And in previous times in semi-finals, only once has he been to the very last leg. And that was back at the Gibraltar Darts Trophy in 2019. The very first time he was in a semi-final was the closest he's been to a final. Since then, it's become the kind of situation that we associate with Gabriel Clemens in finals. It's just got worse and worse and worse.
It took Mensur Suljovic some time to get past the semi-final stages on the European Tour. Well, in anything in PDC darts, but there were a number of Eurotour semi-finals before he finally got into a final and became a Eurotour winner.
And sometimes you need a little bit of fortune to get to the top of the mountain, and Mensur got it in 2016 in Risa.
Certainly did. Kim Huybrechts missing 7 darts for the title. Aspinal, 1 treble to get to a finish, 2 trebles to get to a good one. Fill it up and he's looking great. Gets 2.
Thought he was going to leave himself on 150 again. But it's that number that Michael Smith adores.
116.
For a 2-leg cushion.
Feels an important little exchange, this.
90.
A miss from Aspinal, and Cullen, 90. 1 dart at the bull, maybe 2 at double 15. He's going to have to stay on the 20s. It's nice and high to leave the bull.
65.
Agony.
Thought it was in.
20.
When he threw it, it must have felt good. But this is to keep a little bit of a streak going for Nathan for a 3rd consecutive leg. This is hard. All the way from the left.
No
and this time double 10 does not cooperate.
Jury required 25.
4 darts missed for a 5-3 lead in a race to 7. Cullen to level and break. Aspinall still fuming at the back of the stage. Big dart. Wrong side of it.
Nathan, you required 20.
2nd down and 20. Pass completed. Not quite a touchdown yet, but he's getting closer. That's now 3 consecutive legs to Nathan after 3 consecutive legs for Joe.
Well, Nathan is looking for a 5th consecutive win against Joe Cullen. That is some going, because the last 4 victories have all been in the last couple of years. And that is when Joe Cullen has been regularly winning things, going deep in things, playing well.
39.
Maybe Aspinall is becoming the bête noire of the rock star. Everybody has them at times in their careers. You go through spells. We talked about Gezi Price and Michael Smith this morning, and how at times in their 40 battles that they've had, there have been periods or even seasons where someone will have the best of it.
100.
is a significant advantage that Nathan Aspinall holds in this game right now.
100.
Can he keep hold of it? And he convert it into his first Eurotour final?
100.
Not if Joe Cullen has anything to do about it. It's 5 maximums for the rock star in this game.
We had 7 from Jose de Souza earlier.
100.
And he was absolutely
102.
drilled by Luke Humphries.
Lovely dart, leaves double 16.
86. Nathan Uruguay 160.
This would be a killer. But it's not going to go. There has been a bit of fragility on the doubles from Cullen, though. He's only 30% on the outer ring.
That must improve from here. Double 2. Oh, that's a great save. He's had some real problems on doubles in the top half of the board. But maybe he can have another 3-leg spell from here. And if he does, well, it was 2-0 Aspinall. Then it was 3-2 Cullen.
81.
Then it was 5-3. What if it goes 6-5 Cullen? And then Aspinall would have to have another brace.
140.
This is a great semi-final. Just as good, if not a little bit better than the previous one.
Well, they've both been very difficult to call right the way through.
That's one of the reasons why this 3,000-strong crowd are not singing.
24.
They are gripped.
They are. But Joe Cullen's just served up the worst scoring visit of the entire match, and he can't afford to make mistakes like that. Particularly when the As punishes in that fashion.
This is the only way to recover. He gets a wicked deflection.
146.
And it costs him a shot at a finish. Oh, look, it's 146 again for Aspinall. And that is a prime dart. I think he rushed that second one.
I think he liked the lie so much, he was just trying to throw exactly the same dart again, and he didn't quite deliver it as he hoped. But he will get 2 darts, or should get 2 darts. Cullen going back up to the 20s. Beautiful stuff. There's pressure.
52.
Will it tell?
Aspinall's only 31 and a bit % on doubles. And that is really important. Now he's got 3 cracks at making a final for the first time.
He has, but he will only have the throw in one of the 3 remaining legs. These are free goes to attack the Cullen throw, and he has broken him a couple of times in this match.
If he wins another leg, it will be a rematch of the Grand Slam final.
One where Nathan Aspinall just didn't show up. Said that he created a monster by allowing Michael Smith to get his first major title. And look what he's gone on and done, become world champion and world #1.
58.
So Nathan's taken responsibility for what Michael Smith's actually done.
96.
I think I should start standing up because I've really enjoyed this tournament. I think it's been fantastic. A real credit
60.
to the tradition of Easter darts in Munich.
I'm not sure the standard of this particular tournament has been as high as others we could name, even this year. But what has
79.
been served up has been unpredictable and difficult to call close contests. Plenty of them.
Averages in this game have dived a little bit. Aspinall's gone down by about 10. Cullen by about 6.
Yeah, no need to go treble 20 and bull, so when searching for some open trebles, he's not found any. Into the 18s.
92.
Well, it's just because he wants a 170 to win the game. That's what he does. But he might not get a look at it. But he does.
Nathan Aspinall, who famously won the UK Open with a 170 check out. Could produce one here, but cannot get the second treble.
405. Uruguay 16.
One thing that should be going through Joe's mind right now is no more errors. We've labelled him in the past as the best double four hitter in the world. He didn't hit it earlier in the match, but boy, did he need that one.
Skin-saving double four, but this is the big chance for Nathan Aspinall. Hold his throw. He's in his first Eurotour final.
86.
If he doesn't, Joe Cullen has the darts in a last leg decider.
100.
You can sense the tension in here. And you know what is going through Nathan's mind. Please get me over the line. You've got to stay in your process, even in these pressure moments. These internal thoughts, they will come to the surface, but you must stay doing what you've been doing all weekend long. All of the good stuff. That dart on the floor does not help his cause.
Neither does that one. But it's a vital last dart into the treble 20. It is still probably advantage Cullen, or it was. It is again. Maybe not. I don't know. It just keeps flip-flopping.
He's not going to leave 170 for the match again. It's going to be something
100.
a little bit easier. We've gone from a big fish situation to a baby fish situation.
Cullen stays straight. That's the bare minimum. Leaves him a Shanghai finish. But he cannot stop Nathan Aspinall eyeing up the 130 for a spot in the final. Does not get the treble again.
90. Jericho 120.
But the pressure on this shot is absolutely enormous. This must register, and it doesn't, which means that Aspinall
56.
is only one dart away from his first final in European Tour darts.
Nathan Aspinall wants double 10. That doesn't look helpful. But that one squeezes in, and the roar from Nathan Aspinall lets you know he has reached his first Eurotour final. It has taken him 42 European Tour events to do it, but the Asp has finally given himself a shot of getting his hands on a Eurotour title. He's won a major, he's won Pro Tour events, he's won on the World Series, he's looking to complete the set, but to do so, he must beat the world #1 and world champion Michael Smith tonight in Munich. It is the Bully Boy versus the Asp to become the German Darts Grand Prix champion tonight.